As AI systems move from experiments into real production environments, one word keeps coming up: guardrails. Everyone says they have them. Very few can explain how they actually work. In this video, I'm going to walk through 10 reasons why AI guardrails fail in real enterprise systems, and why most guardrail strategies break down the moment AI starts scaling. We'll cover why static guardrails fail in production, why guardrails must be contextual, not global, why prompt rules alone aren't enough, why guardrails must understand intent, why policy violations often go undetected, why enterprises over-trust guardrail configurations, why guardrails must evolve over time, why teams don't know which guardrails are active, why decentralized guardrails cause chaos, and why guardrails need ownership and visibility. Let's start with the most common failure mode. Most guardrails are static. They're hard-coded rules, keyword filters, fixed thresholds, simple allow and deny lists. They work well in demos. They pass early tests. But production environments are dynamic. User behavior changes. Prompts evolve. Workflows branch. Agents chain actions. Static guardrails can't adapt to dynamic systems. They don't fail loudly, they quietly become irrelevant. And once guardrails stop adapting, context becomes the next problem. If guardrails can't adapt, they also can't understand where they're being applied. Most guardrails are applied globally. Same rules for every user, every team, every environment, but AI risk is contextual. What's acceptable in development might be forbidden in production. What's allowed for engineering could violate policy in finance or legal without context. User role, data sensitivity, environment, guardrails either overblock or underprotect. Real guardrails must evaluate who is acting, why, and in what context. But even contextual rules fail when they're implemented the wrong way. Because many guardrails live in the weakest possible place, the prompt itself. A common approach is embedding rules directly into prompts. Never do this. Always comply with policy. Refuse these requests. This looks effective, until it isn't. Prompts are editable, overridable, often generated dynamically. Once agents start modifying prompts, those rules disappear. Guardrails cannot live inside the thing they're meant to control. They must exist outside the prompt, enforced independently. Which leads to a deeper issue most systems ignore. Because content rules don't work if the system doesn't understand intent. Most guardrails scan content. They ask, does this contain restricted terms? Does this match a block pattern? But real risk isn't about words, it's about intent. A normal-looking request can be used to exfiltrate data, escalate privileges, trigger unauthorized actions without understanding why an action is being taken. Guardrails miss the real threat. Intent-aware guardrails evaluate the goal of the request, the action being attempted, the downstream impact, and without this, violations slip through unnoticed. Which explains why so many policy violations are never detected at all. Most AI policy violations aren't dramatic. They're subtle. Slight misuse of data, over-permissioned access, gradual policy drift, static or shallow guardrails don't flag these. And because nothing breaks, teams assume everything is fine. Silence is mistaken for safety. That false confidence creates another dangerous behavior. Because once guardrails exist, teams start trusting them blindly. Once guardrails are configured, they're treated as done. But AI systems constantly change. Models are swapped, prompts are updated, workflows evolve, guardrails that aren't continuously evaluated decay over time. Coverage gaps widen. Assumptions break. Confidence stays high. Guardrails are not set and forget systems. Which is why they must evolve continuously. Because guardrails that don't evolve slowly stop protecting anything. AI behavior changes over time. New use cases appear. New risks emerge. New failure modes surface. Guardrails must evolve with user behavior, workflow complexity, regulatory requirements. Static guardrails freeze risk assumptions in time. Production-grade guardrails learn, adapt, and update continuously. But many organizations don't even know what guardrails are active. Which leads to a visibility problem most enterprises underestimate. Ask an enterprise team, which guardrails are currently active in production? Most can't answer confidently. Guardrails are scattered. In prompts, in middleware, in vendor configs, in code without centralized visibility. Teams can't reason about protection coverage. You can't trust what you can't see. And decentralization only makes this worse. Because decentralized guardrails create inconsistency and chaos. And every team builds its own guardrails. Policies drift, rules, conflict enforcement becomes inconsistent. The same request might be allowed in one system and blocked in another. Risk posture fragments. Audits become impossible. Trust erodes. Guardrails must be coordinated, not reinvented by every team. Which brings us to the final requirement. Because guardrails without ownership don't survive scale. Guardrails need clear ownership, central visibility, runtime observability. Someone must know what guardrails exist, where they apply, when they change, who approved them. Without ownership, guardrails decay. Without visibility, failures go unnoticed. Production-grade guardrails require governance, accountability, and continuous oversight. Guardrails aren't about restricting AI. They're about making AI safe to scale. If your guardrails only exist in prompts or configs, they won't survive production. And when AI scales, that difference matters. Contact us at hello@iagentsflow.com for realizing your enterprise AI vision.